So this episode I actually mentioned was likely going to be the last one, and I was serious about that. I assumed it would be. I assumed this would be the end of Elder Chris, but no, this one is not the finale. This one was, however, something that ended up being a hell of a lot different to what I was expecting. I don't know what I was expecting, but whatever it wasn't this. This went a lot differently from my plans. I decided to try and tick off some things I haven't done before, since I assumed this might be the last episode, and we started by going and visiting the Calientes. I'm not sure I've ever visited somebody's house, but I certainly haven't visited the home of my second wife's children. And these are like my kids' brothers and sisters. I really should have by now. I'm not really sure why Richard started by taking out the trash, but sure. To be honest, there wasn't a ton to do here. I had Richard practice the piano a bit, but it's more about doing something a bit different for the sake of doing something a bit different. It's the same reason when I eventually got home, instead of cooking, I ordered the pizza. It's a little thing, but I've not done it in the game before, so I did it for the sake of variety. The rest of the day was all stuff we've done before, eating together, then swimming together, and a bit of late night hot tub woohoo with Chris and Bella after the kid had gone to bed. But the next day, well, I decided the next day that we should actually not have a normal day. There's something I really should do and I haven't yet, because Bella and Chris are still not married. Considering this is my third marriage, I'm actually running out decent places to have a wedding. So I went to the Solar Flare, a lounge I've never been to before. Turns out, very nice lounge. Definitely picked up a good place for wedding number 3. After getting themselves apparently some necessary Dutch courage, time for Chris and Bella to finally take the plunge and tie the knot. I can't imagine Chris is that nervous though. It's not like he hasn't done this before. They seem to be having a good time, all while Richard is apparently making a new friend in the bathroom. Don't ask. I bought a wedding cake so we could do that, but apparently won't let me cut it, so I don't know. Also, apparently later Bella got mad at me for flirting with other people, but I don't think I was. Weird that she was mad about something I didn't do, but Sims do be weird sometimes. You have no idea. Anyway, we head back for the next day, and it's a normal day except that new friend Richard found yesterday. She seems to actually be his friend, considering she's now coming over to the house with us. I wonder if the two of them might start dating when they're older, but for now they're just friends. Nothing to do with me either. That's a relationship these Sims started all by themselves. The next day comes along and it seems like a nice normal day, and then, well, something I forgot was going to happen, happened. We're just going about like normal, and then suddenly, Richard aged up. Remember that little baby we had? Yeah, the baby is now a teenager. I know, right? They grew up so damn fast. I gave the guy brains and made him romantic, like his mother, and damn, he's a fully fledged character now, isn't he? Although a fully fledged character with default Sims clothing, so I had to fix that. Once that's done, I decided he should probably have a birthday party since, you know, he had a birthday, and what better place to have it than at a bar. He might not be able to have any alcohol yet, but he can still enjoy himself, and it's an important place for the family. Well, for Chris. This is where he went on dates with not one, not two, but 3 of his wives. He seemed to be having a good time all in all, despite the ghostly encounters, but things start to get a little bit weird when the party is crashed by the ghost of Richard's dead mother. Yes, that's the thing that happened. Katrina came in her spectral form and then just started dancing. But I thought it was kind of nice that Richard got to see his mother again despite her dying, so they hugged and became best friends. Well, isn't that nice? Then I saw an option. Invite to household. Wait, that's a thing you can do. I was very curious. I had to select it and she agreed, and we now have a ghost joining the household. We also now have full control over a ghost. Yes, seriously, we can now control a ghost. So I decided to bring her home, and yeah, works perfectly. So now Chris has 2 wives, one living and one spirit. I don't really know how this works. I know the ghosts do fade away eventually. We never did have a grave for her though, which is how you extend the ghostly life, so I was a bit confused. However, I checked the furniture inventory, and sure enough, there it was. And now I finally put her, I guess, in the garden. Bit weird for her to be able to look at her own grave, but she's doing it anyway. I also think leaving an offering is how you extend it, so I left an offering from her at her own grave. So Katrina is wide awake, and although she does have physical needs, yes, ghosts need to eat, sleep, shower and use the toilet. Don't ask. She doesn't need it right now, so I got a painting. It's something she loves to do in life, and we can sell them for cash. I also got her to make breakfast since she can't exactly burn to death. Side note, it's kind of weird seeing the whole family together, considering one of them is dead. So, turns out, as Katrina is still very much Chris's wife, they can sleep together. Yes, I know she's dead. Yes, I know it's weird. But it's a feature that this game has. It surprised me too, but it's there. There is actually an achievement for doing this, but it didn't pop this time. It did later though. As Chris had to go to work after, I decided to invite all of Katrina's children round. I love that they're just fine with Katrina's ghost being there. I got her a bed since she's going to be around a bit, and well, she got integrated into the family quite well. She also seemed to have interest in Bella as well as Chris. I guess it's better than jealousy. But tell me seriously, look, they've become a full-on family and everything. And look, there's the achievement for woohooing, or as Carmi7 said on my Discord, boohooing, with a ghost. When Richard gets home today, do you remember his little friend? Well, she's also a teen now, and Richard is certainly interested in her. She's his best friend, and it seems inevitable that they'll start dating. Might have been a little bit easier for the two of them to get where they wanted to go if the ghost of his dead mother didn't stop butting in though. To stop that happening, I decided they should go on a date. And they successfully became boyfriend and girlfriend. I swear it wasn't that long ago that Richard was a baby, and now he's having his first kiss. In fact, it was a very successful date. So successful he brought her home, and well, I don't know what that is, but I can tell you right now, that's not just cuddling under the covers. The next day I decided that actually it's probably time for Katrina to move on. It is time. We had our chance to say goodbye. I was going to do it, and then Chris set the barbecue on fire. Everyone panicked and ran and screamed, and Katrina just jumped in and saved the day. I guess that explains why she was still here. She was here to save her family and her home from burning down. That's the reason she came back. She gave Chris one last woohoo, although Bella's not happy about that for some reason. Gave her son a goodbye hug and then moved on to the netherworld. I guess life now has returned back to normal. I'll admit, this was a definite detour from normal life that I wasn't expecting, but as weird as it was, I liked it. It was nice to see Katrina again, even if just as a ghost. So that's another episode of The Sims done. I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't that. Some stuff was predictable, like Richard becoming a teen or even him getting a girlfriend. The ghost of his dead mother returning and moving into the house and resuming the relationship with his father. Yeah, that I didn't see coming. But it's what happened. Next time? I don't know. I imagine Chris's life will come to an end and this series with it. I guess, however, we'll have to find that out next time.